I know that it's technically November 1st, you guys are seeing this, so I should be having my fall background, but I am pre-filming this, so it's still October for me. But y'all, I'm so excited because I have the brand new Nomad Cosmetics, I think it's called Christkindlmarkt eyeshadow palette. I hope I'm saying it wrong, but this is Nomad's Christmas palette of the year. So you guys want to see what this palette is all about, what type it looks like, great, and all the details about this, well then definitely keep watching. Alrighty guys, so Christmas time is here. This is my second Christmas palette of the year. The first one was technically, if you want to look at it, like the Bella Beauté bar, and now we have the Nomad Cosmetics, and this is going to be the Christkindlmarkt palette. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. But let me tell you guys what this palette's all about. So, all across Germany, town squares framed by half-timber houses and medieval churches come alive as the traditional Christmas markets Christkindlmarkt light up this season. Peek through the windows of the advent calendar inspired packaging to discover a festive and charming holiday market. Inside, radiant shimmers and chrome shades are arranged in the shape of twinkling Christmas tree at the center, surrounded by matte hues of fir green, St. Nicholas red, and marketplace neutrals. There's going to be 6 mattes, 5 shimmers, 3 duochromes, and 1 multi-chrome. So it says that this palette is going to be launching on Monday, November 3rd, around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to retail for $49, and there's going to include a free holiday gift with orders at launch. Now, it's only going to be at launch. This is not limited edition. It's going to be available for at least 12 months. And as always, you guys can use code Allie to save you guys 10% off anything and everything Nomad Cosmetics. So first off, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging is super cute. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm not aware of this tradition. I have never been to Germany during the holiday time, but I could imagine how gorgeous this celebration is. Like I said, I hope I said it right. Christkindlmarkt. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks so fun. It looks so fun, so festive. I do love good German food. I think German food is absolutely delicious. And then on the inside, you are going to have just those Christmas colors right here. Now, is this the most like Christmassy style palette? In my opinion, no. But I do love how you do have the tree right here. So you're going to have the star followed by the twinkling lights and like red and green. So you kind of have like more like Christmassy. So you kind of have like a Christmas tree color theme going on here, but whether or not this is truly Christmas, we are going to find out. So I'm gonna try to do some Christmas colors if I can. So let's see what I can create. So now I'm gonna go into my Sigma Eye Base in the shade Ignite. You guys know how much I love this, and we're gonna see what I can do. I'm probably gonna do only one eye look because it is actually pretty late at night when I'm filming this. See if I can do somewhat of Christmas inspired look. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here called O Tannenbaum. And we're going to put that in the inner corner. I'm going to do a halo eye look. I feel like halo will be really pretty for this look. So this year, I was really excited to celebrate Christmas because for the first time, Corey was going to have off on Christmas Eve. If you guys don't know, I celebrate Christmas Eve with my family. While I do celebrate Christmas Day, it's mostly Christmas Eve. It's always been a tradition of mine to celebrate Christmas Eve since before I was even born. So that's what I'm used to. And like I've missed a couple of Christmas Eves over the last couple of years because of work and because I did with Corey's job and stuff. So I was really excited because this year I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to have off on Christmas. I'm so excited. But then Corey ended up taking that promotion. So he will, I guess we'll see what happens. I guess we really will see what happens because now his whole schedule has changed. And it kind of sucks because like, you know, that was the one holiday I asked for him to ask work if he can have off. Like, hey, can you just be like, this is the one day I want? But unfortunately, it's like kind of like not in his control because he can't ask other people to work his shift because it's also the holiday and they have family that they want to go celebrate with. So I don't really know what we're going to end up doing. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Krampus right here. So I don't really know what we're gonna end up doing. We might have to celebrate Christmas on like the 26th, maybe, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. I really don't know what we're gonna do, and it just makes me sad because that's like one of the only like, well, there's downsides to working at Disney. I'm just gonna be flat out honest with you guys. Like I've worked at Disney since 2011. There are downsides to working at Disney, and a big one is that they never close. Like Disney never closes. So they're literally open 365. So that means that we have to work on holidays because as long as guests are there, we're there. You know what I mean? So I don't really know, you know what I mean? So that is definitely a downside. And I cannot tell you how many years I've had to work on a holiday when I was serving, and guests be like, oh my God, we're just so unbelievably grateful that you are working, today. We're so happy that you could take care of us. I'm going to go into the shade right here called St. Nicholas. Like, we're so thankful. And I'm just like, I just was like, oh, no worries. And I just want to look at them going, I didn't ask to work today. If I had my way, I would not be working on a holiday. I'd be home celebrating my family. But unfortunately, someone has to work, and I just picked the short straw. So it was me. I had to work. So, thank you for being kind and thanking me for being here. But like, trust me, I don't want to be serving you. I'd rather be home with my family. You know what I mean? So that's where it just gets really tough working at Disney during the holiday season, because of the fact that like you don't get to just have the holidays off. Now I'm really hoping that eventually, with what Corey's doing with him, in management right now, he can eventually, hopefully next year, not be having to work. Maybe he could finally be like on a corporate side, and he can finally have off on the holidays, and that'd be amazing. And I would love that. And especially like given this year has been, a little rough. Like, my mom was in the hospital for major surgery, and it's just a big eye opener that like, you're not promised a tomorrow. Like, you're truly not promised a tomorrow. So it's just a big eye opener for me. And so I told Corey, I was like, whatever you can do, just if you can somehow manage it, they can somehow work with you, that would be amazing. Just because, like, again, I want to celebrate Christmas with my family, especially because I don't know if I ever said this to you guys, but my sister's pregnant. My sister's pregnant with her second child, so I'm having another nephew, and I would actually be completely okay if my parents chose to go to England for Christmas this year, so they could spend time with my they could spend time with my nephew and my sister before she gives birth. But I don't think that they're going to do that. But I would be so okay if they were ever looked at me and was like, hey, Allie, we're not going to be here for Christmas this year. We're going to go to England to be with your sister. I would be like, oh my God, yes. Because one day I'd love to join them. One day I would absolutely love to join them on that adventure and be like, I'm coming with you. You know what I mean? I'm going to go into the shade right here called Candle Arches. Like, that would be so cool. I would love one day to spend Christmas and New Year's in England with my sister and my brother-in-law and my nephews. That would be absolutely incredible. So maybe one day I'll get to do that. But it's definitely not going to be this year. But if my family, Mom, if you are watching this, if you're able to, feel free to go. I will be okay. But that's just like the one downside about working at Disney, is just having to deal with like not having the holidays off. I'm going to go into this shade right here called Glowin. I have no idea what it's called. That's just like the one downside, is that I don't get to like have off the holidays with my family if I get scheduled to work, because unfortunately, someone still has to work in the office, and sometimes it's me, sometimes it's not. It kind of like all depends. Now, luckily, my office job, I do get out at decent time, so I could still come back home and celebrate depending on the day, because there's like one day that I do close, but then the rest I actually open. So it just really kind of just depends, I guess, on the day that it falls, when my schedule is, whether or not I'd be able to celebrate in the morning or celebrate at night. But me and Corey were just already talking about how we might have to possibly celebrate Christmas like on the 26th, which just be a bummer. All right, then I'm going to go into this beautiful shade called Almond and Chestnuts. It's like this really gorgeous like golden shade. Like, so I'm trying to channel my inner like Christmas look. So I'm just going to go right here, right in the center. Do I look Christmassy? I'm trying to be like, I feel like I kind of look Christmassy, right? Like, just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the shade called Gingerbread right here. This really pretty like golden green shade. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of tap it directly right in the middle. So when the light hits it, it just like kind of shines. All right, so let me go ahead and clean this up. I'm going to come back with the other eye done. And we're going to do the under eye together. I kind of want to go a little more light and simple today because I want to do like a bright, bold lip. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and then I'll be right on back. Okay, so to finish off the under eyes, I really want like a Christmassy eye look. So I think I was going to play with the blues, but I think instead, I'm going to do the same thing that I did on top. I'm going to do red and then green, and then we're going to figure out the shimmer in the middle. But I feel like that would be so pretty to do red and green. I just really am wanting the like Christmas vibes for this video. Okay, so I think for the center of the lid, I think for the center of the eye, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Paper Star. It's this really pretty like pinky white shade. It's so pretty. Let's put that like right in the middle, like just right here. With brow bone, I'm going to go into the shade right here called First Snow. I feel like that'd be so pretty, like this little light blue moment. Like these are very, very light shades. I feel like they're almost like topper shades than anything, but they are really pretty. If you want more pigmentation when playing with them, I definitely recommend putting down some glitter glue, but they are really pretty. And then I think I'm going to go with Carousel to go right in the inner corner. Really pretty. Shade that is so pretty. Do that right in the inner corner. Guys, so this is the final look right here. I think this turned out really beautiful, and I feel like it definitely does give me that nice like Christmassy vibe that I was going for. Like, let me see if I can show you guys what this looks like. Like, this is so pretty. This is just a really soft, easy Christmas eye look. Like, I can see myself wearing this during the Christmas season and getting into the Christmas spirit. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and we're going to wrap up this video. Alrighty guys, so here is the final look right here. I feel like I'm definitely channeling my inner Christmas spirit. Even though I have the Halloween background, I definitely feel like we are rocking a very beautiful Christmas look. And it's definitely wanting to get me into the spirit of Christmas. So ho, 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 bitches. I feel like that's just the vibe. So overall, this palette retails for $49. We're going to get 15 shades in here, a mix of mattes, shimmers, duochromes, and one multi-chrome. I do think it's a really pretty palette. Is it the most wowing Christmas palette out there? No. But is it really pretty? Absolutely. The mattes worked really nicely. There wasn't that much fallout to them. They blended really seamlessly. And the shimmers, even though they didn't feel like their typical like creamy, buttery shimmer, they still felt really nice. Like the shimmers just feel more like toppers more than like an actual shimmer, but they laid down very nicely. I feel like this is the type of formula that's going to last you all day. Sometimes brands create really, really emollient, super creamy, super buttery, like super buttery eyeshadow, super buttery shimmer, and while those are amazing, I love the way they feel, that can also crease and crack on those that may have very oily lids. So you kind of want to have a little bit more formula like this, where it may not be as like super emollient and super buttery and like it just shifts as you move your finger in it, but it does have longevity to it and it still has a really beautiful shine to it. So I definitely would probably recommend, if you want to have a little bit more pigmentation with these, maybe put down some glitter glue or like spray your brush or something like that. But other than that, this worked really, really nicely. I think it's really pretty, and I love the fact that they're representing a particular like tradition during the Christmas season. So this is going to be available on Monday, November 3rd at 5 p.m. Like I said, it's going to retail for $49. It's going to come with a free holiday gift. It's not limited edition. It'll be around for at least 12 months. And as always, you guys can use code Allie to save you guys 10% off anything and everything Nomad. So with that said, besties, let me know your thoughts about this palette down below. And are you guys getting excited for the holiday season? Let me know. But with that said, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page numbers you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.